What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bring you guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing a 10-minute haircut tutorial, so stay tuned. We're starting off with our Anis T outliners and we're making a rainbow shaped guideline. We are going to be doing a V cut, also known as the uve, so you want to make sure you arch it as much as possible. Now that we're done balding out the sides, we can move on to the back V. I always start my V off in the middle and then I arch it as much as possible to the right or left side. Now that we're done putting in that line, we're going to bald out the rest of the hair. Before we use our foil shaver, we're going to use some shave sticks so it doesn't bump up. Now we're moving on to our foil shaver and we're going to remove the stubble. Now that we're done removing the stubble, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Remember, we're following the same shape as our guideline with our second guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Now we're using the lever midway and all the way close to help us erase that initial guideline. You always want to make sure you're using your opposite hand to stretch the skin so you can have more space to fade. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Now I'm using the comb to feed the hair into the clipper since it is getting a little long. Remember, we're going to use this same guard and the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to the 2 guard all the way open and create our 4th guideline. This guideline is going to help us blend into the bulk and also blend into the lower guards. Remember, we're using the lever to soften up this line and get it ready for the 1.5 guard. Before we use the 1.5 guard, we're going to go ahead and debulk with our 3 guard all the way open and then move on to the half guard. Now that we're done debulking with the 3 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Remember, this line is between the 1 guard all the way open and the 2 guard all the way open. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using the 1.5 guard, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners would definitely help. Moving on to the C cups, we're going to use our Anise Tea outliners to make them as crispy as possible. You always want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, it won't cut. Now we're using our thinning shears to thin out some of the bulk. Now that we're done with our base fade and silhouette, we're going to go ahead and blend out the corner of the right side. This is so the V connects to the fade a little bit better. Remember to always use the opposite hand to stretch the skin to give you more face to fade. Now we're moving on to the left side of the fade, and where there was a little bit of a dark spot, so I moved on to my 1.5 guard and took it out. Now that we're done lining up the fade, we can move on to our NST outliners and make them as crispy as possible. You also want to make sure you don't press too hard when using the corners of a trimmer because you could bite them. There was a lot of hair in his front line, so I debulked with my clipper over comb method, then lined him up. Now that we're done debulking his bangs, we can move on to our NST outliners and start off in the middle, working our way to the sides. Always remember to go slow enough that the hair feeds into the trimmer. Most of the time I'm tapping and then dragging, if not, I'm slicing. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you leave a comment down below, I'm definitely gonna reply. So make sure you let me know that you made it this far into the video.